Here he come. Yes. An absolute unit. Hey everybody, this is Michael J. Migliori, and over the weekend I saw Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I do caution you that this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't gotten a chance to catch it yet, please do go ahead and do that. In the meantime, this is what I thought.
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
No. We would be his.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters is a sequel to the 2014 Hollywood remake Godzilla. Not to be confused with the 2016 Toho Studios remake Shin Godzilla, or the 1998 Godzilla starring Matthew Broderick, or any of the other various remakes and reboots in the last 50 years. Godzilla has been around the block. King of the Monsters is also another entry in the relatively low-key Warner Brothers / Universal / Legendary Big Monsterverse, or as I like to call it, the Kaiju-verse. This film finds Vera Farmiga and Millie Bobby Brown playing Dr. Emma Russell and her daughter. Vera has been working on a device called the Orca, which will allow humans to calm the temperaments of the dozen or so kaiju called Titans in this film that have been discovered around the world and prevent another destructive incident as the one witnessed in the first film in the franchise. A short time into the film, Vera and Millie end up being kidnapped by an eco-terrorist group led by a characteristically grumpy Charles Dance. The group is after Vera's kaiju dog whistle to awaken all the sleeping Titans who they believe will destroy modern society and send the planet into a process of natural restoration. Gee, why didn't Al Gore think of that one? So now, Ken Watanabe, who if you remember from the first film is a big Godzilla fanboy, has to enlist the help of Vera's estranged husband and Eleven's father, played by Kyle Chandler, to track down and rescue the two along with the Orca. Things eventually get super messy when we find out that not only has Vera been in cahoots with Tywin Lannister and his band of eco-terramongers, this was her idea all along. And that's when they awaken Ghidorah, a rival alpha to Godzilla who also just happens to be an alien that fell from the sky ages ago and has been battling with Godzilla this whole time. Now the group needs to find a way to assist Godzilla in the monster-sized battle royale so he can reclaim his place in the natural order things as the king of the monsters. Now I've been a big fan of these big monster movies ever since I was an impressionable young kid watching the original classic Japanese films on like the Sci-Fi Channel super late at night. And one of the reasons why I really loved this particular movie is because it really embraced the campiness of those original films without straying too far into the incredibly cheesiness that you could probably get from a film that's like 50, 60 years old at this point. And one of the big complaints that everybody had in the 2014 Godzilla that kind of started off this whole cinematic universe of theirs is that at essence it wasn't really a film about Godzilla. It was a film about the people running away from Godzilla, and like it went really into like kind of humanity having to deal with the rise of this huge monster. Apart from the handful of very human story arcs that you have going on throughout this film, for the most part, most of the film is the monsters beating the snot out of each other and causing enough destruction to make Superman jealous. Now the film isn't completely devoid of having something to say either, although what it does have to say isn't really anything new, and it's not really incredibly nuanced either, but it is something that is very kind of relevant to our topics nowadays, to the current events nowadays, and that has to do with the way we treat our planet and how our planet has gotten to a point where we're at the tipping point where if we don't change how we treat our planet and what we're doing to our planet drastically, we will get to a point of no return where humanity itself and the planet will never be able to come back from. Now this film is a film that it's very obvious to tell whether or not somebody will be able to really even enjoy it or not. Because going into this film, you really have to come to terms with the fact, with the reality, that you're going to be watching a film about 50-story nuclear monsters. And it's like, there's a lot of things that go on which may cause some people to raise an eyebrow, and it will maybe take a lot of people out of the film. But it's one of those things where it's like, you have to approach it with a certain suspension of disbelief, and if you cannot get to that point and you can't give that to the film, then you're not going to be able to take anything from it, and you're not going to be able to enjoy it. In short, this was a big love letter expressed in film form to all those that truly love big giant monster movies and those wonderful Japanese classics. So if that's your thing, if that's your deal, I do recommend you go find the biggest and the loudest movie theater to go watch this film in, because you will be blown out of your seats and you would absolutely love it. But if Hollow Earth Vortex theory is a little bit too much for you to comprehend and it goes a little bit over your head, I'm sure you could probably find some sort of weird documentary about otters or something at the IMAX for you to watch instead. Until next time, though. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and please keep an eye out on the channel and my blog for content coming up in the next few weeks. In the meantime, please take care of yourself.